Note Tessa's new fit because she got her Seahawks merch. Oh, so cute. So I had to put it on during our break. So we were talking about how it's not really fair to people and they don't get to be humans. Can you move that shoe lift, actually?
Yeah, that's not a good spot for it.
No, it's not. Thank you. And you're right. You're absolutely right. I also want to touch on how infantilizing that is to men.
Oh, 100%.
Because what they're actually saying here when they say be his pillar of rest is your emotions are too messed up for him. He can't deal with that. That's too much.
Everything's too much.
What it says when they say support him by being his strength. What they're saying is don't let him show weakness. Push him towards things. What they say when they mean when they say financial literacy is he might not be making enough money, but it's your fault.
Yeah.
And you should not try to push him to make more money if that's what you need as a household.
No, it's always a blame game.
It's a blame game.
Yeah. No, it's 100% a blame game. Nobody really wins.
It's always saying that men are incapable of feeling or responding to feelings, that they're incapable of all the information that it takes to actually do a household, that they are incapable of handling anything outside themselves and their own emotions. Yeah. They can't make their own food. They can't... One of the things that is taught is that
super derogatory.
You have to come on to your husband if he gets shy because he may not even be capable of telling you that he is sexually aroused. It's so infantilizing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, it puts so much pressure on the woman. It is so. I mean, that one still baffles me. The assumption of how incapable men are supposed to be.
I've met a lot of evangelical men, and they are very incapable.
It's the whole point of not having negative self-talk, right? Because you say bad things about yourself, you become that.
Right.
Right? And it's a self-manifestation thing.
We saw that in your dad.
100%.
All the time, because he was just the sweetest thing for everybody. He would be like, God bless you in this way, and he would have specific examples, and he would manifest essentially all the things that he wanted for you to your face, and they were always just so genuine and sweet and wholesome. And then he would stop his prayer and he would turn around and say, but what do I know? I'm just your old fat dad.
Yeah, 100%.
Every time.
Yeah. No, my dad had such negative self-talk. And that's why I've made such a point to change that for myself.
And I love that too.
Because I watched it, and it wasn't just him, it was his dad too.
Yeah.
And, I don't know beyond that, but I know that for sure. And it was bad. Negative self-talk too, just a drastic point, right? That was a very good description. Of all these positive things about other people, and then just, boom, it's about me, it's all bad. I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm old, I'm sick. I can't do this, I can't do that.
I just sit in this chair all day and I'm bad at everything.
No, just
if I ever say anything decent, it's because God put it into my head against my will.
Right. And back to the God gets glory for everything, right? You lean into that the wrong way and God does get glory and you are just a worm, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, and that's how he always seemed to think of himself as a worm, which is just...
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I imagine that's a lot
so sad, because he was an incredibly talented person. I don't agree with where he spent that talent for the most part. It was on preaching stuff, but he was very good at it.
Yeah.
He leaned into the nostalgia of the people that he spoke to in such a beautiful way that made them feel seen. And he was actually really good at chess.
Yeah.
He was always incredible at making, especially children, feel seen and appreciated for everything they were.
He would have been really good at my job.
Oh, he would have been so good at your job.
Super good. Yeah. No, he would have been great at that.
Yeah.
He did things like that when I was a kid,
Yeah.
Not in education, but in the church, he did a lot of work with kids. And he loved it.
That's just the saddest thing about that Helpmeet mentality is that if your mother had been allowed by the church to be the primary breadwinner,
right,
she would have loved it. And
yeah.
if your father, because I know they would have done homeschooling no matter what.
Yeah,
but if your father had been able to just like be the Royal Rangers, Eagle Scout leader and do homeschooling,
yeah,
he would have been so happy.
Oh yeah, no, and he even did do some of our schooling stuff.
Yeah, because he loved
on
it.
the rare time he
was awake because he wasn't working night shift at a job he hated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, he was great at that. And if they had been allowed to reverse those roles, I feel like they would have been so much happier.
But they weren't allowed, so they were just miserable. Both of them were miserable doing what they were supposed to. And I'm, saying it from my perspective, and I'm just having a moment of realizing I shouldn't put words in their mouths, but from my perspective.
From your perspective. Well, you can only do things from our perspective.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm just trying to acknowledge that, though. But that is what it was from my perspective, is that they were both pretty miserable with their assigned roles.
Yeah.
Right? And it wasn't because they weren't good at stuff.
Well, and
it was just they were good at different things than what the assigned roles were.
And I do feel the freedom to use your parents as an example, because I know them and I know you, and I've been part of their lives for a long time. But the Helpmeet mentality is the woman does household things, the man does outside household things.
Yeah. And
you have to support that man, no matter if he makes a stupid business decision or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if we had just...
That's what it's become,
gender swapped your parents.
Yeah, for sure.
They could have been happier on all of those home videos where they look absolutely miserable.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say about anything, but...
It really is.
But I would definitely say the odds are high. Yeah.
I feel like my parents, not that any of our parents are ever going to listen to this, so we can probably speak pretty freely.
Yeah.
My parents have not always, my parents have found their stride, I feel.
Yeah.
Because my mother has her own business, her own master's degree, her own, scope of practice.
Yeah.
And my dad is very happy leading others, and he's very, very, very good at it.
Yeah.
The most unhappy I ever saw my parents was when my mother was attempting to be simply a stay-at-home missionary mom and nothing else. Because she was happy when we were pastoring, because she had side businesses all the time. And she was happy when we were in the expatriate school and she was able to teach. She was happy when we were on breaks and we were doing trips together to evangelize and plant churches and do construction. She loved doing construction. She loved setting everybody up and making sure that they were succeeding. All of that was great. But every time we tried to have her just stay at home and teach my brothers and I, it was a miserable failure.
It's pretty much the same at my house, but
yeah. It was
my mom
just
didn't like that.
It was not
she
good.
thought she had to do it.
Exactly. They all thought they had to do it because that was what Focus on the Family told them to, and that's what the cults all told them to. Was because once you get this far in this many small groups, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, but both of our mothers were just such driven people to be purposeful and active. Neither of them could, their lives went very specific ways, but they never, even with that strong pressure from their religion, super strong, to the point they tried to do it occasionally, they couldn't. They literally could not. Neither of our moms could just stay at home and teach us.
Far too smart and far too driven to ever make
They literally could not do just that. They both had to do other things. It was just not ever even an option.
Yeah.
Long term, for them to not do their own thing, which is fascinating.
Well, it is. No, we were raised by incredibly strong women.
100%. Oh, for
really
sure.
Cool. Really
yeah.
cool.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. you're gonna love. Speaking of strong women, capable women, women who move heaven and earth to make things work. Our next point on this list is called 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It starts with
You
this.
did not say that for the record.
May be a hard pill to swallow even for me, but all caps. Be quiet.
Oh man, that I don't know. That's one of those strong cognitive dissonance things because I mean, based on everything I've just said, everybody could probably imagine that's not something I saw ever in my house in real life.
This states.
I have so many examples. I maybe shouldn't tell.
This states in no uncertain terms. The last thing any man wants to hear is a woman's opinion. We are very meticulous, nitpicking beings.
It's such bullshit.
I know some women hate the word submission, but if you claim to love God /Elohim /the Heavenly Father, you must submit to his perfect will and the order that comes with it.
That one, I don't know. That one's entertaining to me because one, I can't even think of an example. Like, the rare example of the woman who follows that particular bullet point, like, that is one of the saddest versions of humanity. Of a woman who thinks she can't say anything and believes it and doesn't. Like,
Well, and
it is rough, man.
we tried
that is a brutal thing to
tried that
see.
for a while, and it was bad.
No, it's not good. No, it's not good.
We were both miserable every time I tried to do that.
No, it's and like.
Well, and it never really worked very well because you would be like, I can see things are going on in your head. Could you please open your mouth?
I have never once thought that should be a thing, just to be clear.
We all know.
I wasn't ever reading these lists myself.
You probably should have. You aren't a very good woman. You didn't read these list tests. It says, quite literally, bite your tongue and go pray when you feel like you need to talk to your husband.
The weirdest thing is being raised to be a man. Is like nobody taught me a lot of this shit, right? I was always in the boys' room when they taught the girls that list, right? Like I didn't do it on purpose. That's just the way my life went.
I just saw the next one and you're gonna love it.
So I didn't know the list. I kind of started to see things in college, some of the things in college, and I didn't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I was very confused about it all for a long time.
Yeah, well, but
I didn't know it.
Because your church did not show those things, but when you came to Moody, it was more obvious what the girls that you grew up with had been being taught the whole time.
Yeah, it started to become a little clearer. And again, for me, a little, because partially because I was still a young, stupid 20-year-old kid who was not good at figuring things out. It took me a long time, but at the same time, yeah, like I started this because like I had one friend who was a proclaimed Christian feminist, and she would tell me things. And it was just so left field for me at the time.
That you had to think it wasn't true.
Part of me thought it wasn't. Well, I didn't know what to think. I genuinely didn't, because like I trusted her for the most part, but at the same time, it wasn't even I didn't believe her. It was that I was still so surprised that that's how so many people thought. Mm-hmm. Like it really threw me in college that like that's what the system was.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Well,
I was such an innocent, doe-eyed human.
You were.
I really and I was supposed to be. That's what my parents raised me to be. Like they wanted me to be ignorant, innocent, clueless.
Well, because ignorant, innocent, and clueless is exactly what people want from you. And we intentionally raise people to be that way in the church. Because God would want them to be clueless to the ways of the world because it makes them more pure and holy.
Yeah. And that's one of my biggest regrets. I think I could be a much smarter, like a more engaged, smarter human. I think I would have more brain synapses if my parents hadn't raised me. I'm not blaming them because I know where they came from, but it's still kind of a regret that like I was raised to think ignorance was positive.
You see, the other part of that is your parents were not highly educated.
Well, for sure.
And that's exactly what the church wanted.
Yeah. Well,
because you can take advantage of those people.
Yeah.
And they were taking advantage of them.
100%. So was I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all were. And I regret that. I don't know, systematically. I don't know. Like I would blame the system, like the cult system for that.
No, the cult system intentionally makes that.
Yeah.
So you're right to blame the cult system for that.
Yeah, and I mean, because I think I'm a pretty smart person, but I think I could be smarter at a younger age. I've been exposed to more things, right? Like I think my brain would process things better on average than it does, just because it was so long before I was exposed to some like really good critical thinking skills and things like that.
Just neurologically speaking, the idea was that neuroplasticity is bad because you will learn new things, and new things might make you question the old things. You only need a certain set of knowledge to survive in life and bring glory to God and give money to the church.
Yeah.
Therefore, once you have learned these things, which you can learn before the age of 5, you probably shouldn't learn more things on top of that.
Yeah.
You should just do things that support those things, which is, for instance, why my nephews and nieces who are still in the cult are not exposed to technology for the most part. The books are, the older the better. Like, if there is a 2015 publication of this homeschool group curriculum as opposed to a 1993 publication of this homeschool group curriculum, go with the 1993 because humans are constantly getting farther from God, so you should go with the 1993 version.
Yeah.
Which means most of my textbooks were from the 70s.
Yeah. Oh,
because those were closer to God.
Yeah. My family thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Well, you traveled more and had just naturally because of that, I think, a little bit more access to knowledge and experience.
That and National Geographic.
Yeah.
National Geographic was huge.
Yeah. But, I mean, your culture was similar to mine, but it had a harder time resisting all of them traveling and National Geographic.
Just saw people, not the 50s housewives.
Yeah. Well, and I'm grateful I did get to travel in high school, because I think that was the thing that, like, kind of tipped the balance for me a little bit, to where, as opposed to just as opposed to somebody who wouldn't get the chance to travel and be in the same situation as me, like I got to see, a wider world.
Obviously, the idea behind that traveling was so you could spread the gospel
and
the innocence and the ignorance to other people.
Yes, no, that was the goal.
And ignorance I use as a very honest term. Ignorance is literally bliss, in that, like, ignorance is bliss is a pretty derogatory term in the rest of the world, but the way that we were raised, ignorance is bliss meant learn fewer things and God will bless you more. That's good.
Yeah.
It's very good to not know things.
Oh, for sure. And you don't ask questions, and doubt is bad, and just like.
And if you have questions about your political party,
that's Shepherd in the dog.
That's Shepherd in the dog. God, that sounded like somebody being murdered. But they're fine. Oh God. But yeah, the idea was the fewer questions you ask, the happier you will be, the more you'll be able to serve God, the better He will use you. You don't have to know things, you just have to go by what the Holy Spirit leads you to.
And it's amazing how the whole male, female dynamic as created by evangelicalism creates just like this almost perfect scenario to allow that to happen. It's kind of bonkers. I don't know how that happened.
Just going off this list, you're not allowed to ask questions about how somebody's day was aside from the very how'd it go, and you say good or bad.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know. You don't ask more questions. You don't learn more things about your husband when he comes home.
Siri wants
Husky
to say
dog. You can let her in. I have a thing. That dog. But also,
dog.
hi, honey. The
This
husband is
Siri.
not supposed to ask and
Mr.
or know
Renata.
anything. Like, if you tell your husband you're on your period, that is taboo information that he should never know. Like, that is super weird of you, honestly. And how dare you?
Which is such bad advice.
Okay, last point from this list. You're gonna love it.
Oh, jeez.
Protect what is his.
Oh.
What is his, you ask?
Oh no.
You are his.
You are his. Oh no.
Ecclesiastes 36:24. He that getteth a wife getteth a good possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. And then it says, reader discretion advised in a world that encourages women to be sexy. That was what the viewer discretion was for.
For the word sexy?
For the word sexy, yep. It can be hard to stay modest.
Oh no.
You must hide your creases.
Your creases, because those are the sexy
Those
parts.
are your, what do I mean by creases? Butt, boobs, and secret places. Their cleavage should not be exposed. There is no appropriate amount to let out. Tess, stop it. You're exposing your creases. Your pants or shorts should not reveal where your butt splits. And absolutely no camel toes, which is pants all up in your secret place.
Oh.
This may seem unreasonable, but think of it this way. If you would not want your daughter to wear it in a room full of men, then you probably should not wear it in public. You should dress sexy, but for your husband only. Not before he is your husband and not for anyone else. Also, this does not only pertain to your dress, it also pertains to whom you share and what you share about your household. Discretion is a vital virtue a good helpmate possesses. So, it's interesting that this is added in with the dressing thing and the sexy thing, because discretion is what you do when you do not tell people about marital rape. And stop showing your creases. Discretion means you never say anything bad about your husband ever, whether he physically or sexually abuses you or verbally abuses you. You don't tell people what happens behind closed doors in your house.
Yeah, it's so just like pretend you don't have a body, like
yeah.
That's really what it comes down to, like.
You don't have a body. For women. You don't have a body until your wedding night, only with your husband. Then you are a whore.
Yeah.
For him and him alone, and you need to know how to be a sex worker and do everything perfectly.
Just so sad. I mean, that's just such a sad way to look at it. Like, that's a sad way of looking at it. I don't know, like, it just is. Like, it can be a beautiful thing. And that's just, like, the most depressing possible way of presenting it to a human being. Right? Like, just...
Well,
you just have to deal with whatever happens. I'm just gonna...
The evangelical way is that it is beautiful for you to submit.
Yeah.
It is beautiful for your husband to rape you because God intended for that. Missionary position is what it is. This is for making children. You're real lucky if he kisses you at some point during the process, and you submit to everything.
Right. Well, and like that's one of the most patriarchal possible. Most patriarchal thought processes. Right. It's like man has sex done.
Yeah.
Like, which is just like, I don't know, like the stupidest form of sex possible. I don't know how else to phrase it. Because it's just, oh, man, have sex, man, done having sex.
I do need to.
Yay, done, all done.
I do need to bring a sci-fi reference into this, and you'll recognize this. And it goes, "I do know my Bible, sir."
Oh, jeez. You and Firefly.
This is Firefly. This is from Yosef Bridges' Bible. On the night of their betrothal, the wife shall open to the man as the furrow to the plow, and he shall work in her in and again till she bring him to his fall, and rest him then upon the sweat of her breast.
What we've learned from this is we've all been reading the wrong Bible.
Obviously, as Mal would say from Firefly, that sounds like a good Bible. Which I will just point out goes to the infantilizing of men thing, where they could never possibly resist a sexy sex. They know nothing except the sexy sex. You do the sexy sex, they do the theme things, and then they bring home money and everyone's happy. It's just so I man.
Oh yeah. Which is not. Oh, what's the moving for? It's not.
Holistic?
Yeah, that's close. It's not holistic. It's not. God, I'm not gonna think of the word.
Charitable.
That's not that either.
I'm just throwing out words.
No, and yeah, and both those are accurate, but not one of the. But I don't know. The word coming to mind is holistic. It's not. It doesn't deal. Oh no, I got it. It's not human, right? It's not dealing with somebody as a whole human. So many things from evangelical Christianity are not human. It's so much of it is
they don't allow for the complexity of human relationships.
Yeah, it's so much of it is cornering a human so that all that they can think of themselves is this little slice of reality, right? And that, I mean, I think my experience speaks to that a lot. Like, just all I knew of reality was just this little slice of the possibilities for most of my life so far. Right? I didn't know anything else. Because it was literally not allowed into my reality. Like, it was, I mean, mostly by my parents, and then for a good while by myself because of what I was taught and knew, right? I didn't let it in, by choice for quite a lot of years because that's just all I knew. And it's I don't know, maybe I said derogatory earlier, but maybe dehumanizing is a better word. Like, just not allowing you to have access or experience of being fully human on the male or female side. And I think maybe, I don't know, I'm fascinated by how this podcast has gone because I feel like it's exposed a lot of how much patriarchy does not allow males to access the full human experience. Yeah. Which is actually something I hadn't thought about that much before in those terms so explicitly. I think I've realized it probably in reality, but I hadn't really thought about it. But like, just how much of that weird patriarchal master submission experience thought process is bad for both sides. Like, so bad for both sides. And it's a little counterintuitive because the males are, they get all this power. Which sounds nice when you say you get a lot of power, but like,
Yeah, it sounds
really
like the male experience should be great.
Right, but my experience of the human condition is that being really human is loving other humans and giving that power away. Right? That's the real human experience. That's when you really get to experience life in a full form of not, I don't know. I mean, the only word I have is humanity. Because, so much of humanity is just looking for belonging and connectedness
and purpose.
And purpose is huge. And when we minimize that to power seeking, that's such a small portion of being human. It's such a small pie slice of humanity. Just having power, like it's not even. Because it isolates you. It minimalizes you. It infantilizes you.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like so many like just horrible things happen when what you think being human is to have power, because it's not correct. It doesn't understand being human. Like it takes a piece of humanity and tries to make it everything and misses most of it. Because power is supposed to be an integral part of being human, because it's so important to that aspect of community and being able to love and protect and care and share, and that's what power is for.
Well, yeah,
right?
Power is to find the capacity within yourself to care for others.
Yeah.
In the best possible way.
Right. And that's why you have to care for yourself first, right? You have to take care of yourself. You have to find this strength within yourself so that you can share that strength, that power with your community. That's like the whole thing, right? Like that's where you find belonging, is in sharing that strength, that power you find within yourself.
Well, and that's what happened with the focus on the family movement. Essentially, the cult, the fundamentalist cult that we were part of, was that it made every man or every husband a cult leader, and that is so isolating.
Right. It's such a small view of the power we can share, right? Oh, so it basically says you have all the power in this group of 2 to 5 people.
I mean 2 to 14, but fair enough.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And we will come back to this.
That's not real. It's not real human. That's not what you should really do with human power.
We're just running out of time on the Podbean recording.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have to stop for now.
That makes sense. Peace out.
Can you stop that one, or do you need me to? Good job.